Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Today's pick a card is from the Dark Mirror Oracle. Go ahead and focus on the options ahead. If you want to go ahead and pause the video, go right ahead and do that. Feel it and see it in your mind's eye. Whichever and whatever order calls to you has your message, insight, or confirmation. And you can pick one or all four if you'd like. All right? I'll give you a moment. Let's get started. All right, if you chose card number 1, you have number 26, Peaceful Among Thorns. Can you see that right there? Okay, good. The moon phase for this card is first quarter. Its stage is acceptance. The spiritual can't solve the material, but it can transcend it. A futuristic monk, his skin crossed by small circuitry, meditates in the lotus position. An 8-pointed star inscribed within a circle is at his back, like thorns piercing the air. A golden lotus aura envelops his body. We talk too much about spiritual stuff. Spiritual that, spiritual this. Not that the spiritual side is important, especially in an age where everything seems reduced to a materialistic drive. But aren't we going too much to the other side? I have a money problem, go spiritual. I have a health problem, go spiritual. I have a love problem. Think of true love and go spiritual. I want to have sex, go spiritual. If we were truly able to solve problems like this, what is spiritual would have been sold in grocery stores. Sometimes to solve money problems, you need money. And to solve love problems, you need to have sex. Strange, but true. Getting spiritual is not what solves our problems. It is what gives depth to our solutions. It makes them meaningful. It takes us from the small to the wide, from the river to the ocean, but sometimes we are not ready to make it our center, and therefore it's perfectly fine if we do not. All right, if you chose card number 2, you have 27 and fragmentation. The moon phase for this card is waxing crescent. Its stage is anger. When rage is projected inward, destruction joins confusion and we break. What seems to be a cold iron coat rack is topped by a broken stone statue of a fairy, visible only from the chest up. Stone roses are at her breasts, a crack cuts her face, and her body, a jewel, is on her forehead, and silvery insect wings stand at her back. A crescent golden slice of the moon is like a halo behind her head. It is possible to glimpse, suspended in the void, also the hands of the stone fairy. If I were to cut off my legs, would I still be me? If I were to carve out my heart, would I still be me? If my flesh would turn to stone, if my lungs were emptied of air, if my dream to fly were to be forced in chains and hanged out like an expired balloon, would I still be me? I fought and lost, broken beyond recognition, not by the shallow sight of bystanders who can pity but who can't understand. I cannot even recognize myself. Through the sobs, through the tears, and when silence finally comes, through the empty motions and the conventional smiles. Who did this to me? I did, maybe. Maybe not. What is broken can be mended, not so that it returns whole, but at least until it tells his name anew, my name. And who will do that to me? I will. All right, if you chose card number 3, you have number 7 with sacrifice. The moon phase is waning gibbous, and the stage is anger. Even if I have to break apart, as long as it serves a purpose. A beautiful female knight wears heavy armor. She holds a blade in front of her, and a blade of light slices across her face, showing the deadly seriousness of her stare, the mirror of her resolve. There is a strong power in sacrifice. Our hopes, our fears, they are all chains to a small world. Our sense of self is a small, petty creature of uncertain resolve and shaky horizons. With sacrifice, we renounce our sense of self. We accept to be lost. We accept to be shaken and cut and bruised and hurt and burdened and locked and stricken and despised and gossiped and betrayed and be misunderstood and be left alone. To rot, to die, with just words of thanks while the world goes over on our broken dreams. But when we drown our sense of self to sacrifice, we are also the greater person. We are screaming, I exist. I make the difference. We accepted a price to pay, and we used our blood and tears as currency. That gives us the right to stand tall. All right, if you chose the last card, number 4, you have 30, calling in the storm. Power comes not from the inside, but from connection and integration to a greater whole. The moon phase for this card is third quarter. Its stage is bargain. A shaman woman wears an antler hat, dresses in crimson and brown, and holds her crow-headed staff to the storm. Autumn leaves spiral out of control around her as the whirlwind shakes the world. There is a time to find and release our power. Like a spring that had been compressed to the point it has lost the memory of motion and movement. Yet, there is a power inside it. Finding it, it is called empowerment. It starts from the belief in our power, in our ability to cope, to fight, to endure, to overcome a challenge. However, too often we are encouraged to see empowerment as something that happens only within, in our psychological space. We are not necessarily islands. We can borrow the power of the world around, the context, the environment, the expectations. We do not control the storm, we just call it. To call the storm, we need not to fear it, and this is what makes us strong. After the storm, there is always sun. So, if the sky has been gray for too long, it's time not to fear the storm, but to embrace it. It will grow up. It'll devour Janes and our jailers, and it will hurt us as well. But it will be healthier than just stare at the chilly rain. We can restart only after we let ourselves end.